This story I found particularly interesting this week. So what we have going on is a handful of things that you never knew that you were eating. So when you look in the fridge, like this stock photo behind me, you may be surprised by the fact that there could be beaver anal gland secretions in your food. That's right, so there is a tasty additive that is in a lot of foods. It is in alcoholic beverages, baked goods, frozen dairy products, chewing gum, sweets, meat products, and plenty more. This item is called castoreum, and what it is from the secretions of the glands near the anus of a beaver.
Okay. So this is the same chemical compound that is from the secretions of a beaver. They're not harvesting these things.
They don't have
they're not like
a factory full of beavers.
Yeah, that's horrible. They're not like, okay, guess what? We're gonna have this new flavor, part of this candy bar. We are going to put these beaver anal excretions into this candy bar and make it magical. No, that's not what's happening. It's the same chemical compound.
Okay, but here's my question. How did they find out that it was a good idea to milk a beaver's anal gland in order to flavor a food? Because so it's used for vanilla, strawberry, and raspberry flavoring in food.
That's not how. Okay,
where did they get it? It
wasn't the beaver came before the candy bar. It was they just happened to realize that these two chemical compounds were the same thing. So someone was like licking it, and they were like,
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not even gonna put.
Okay, see this one, this hair one.
You can.
An amino acid is a building block inside of the human body. So they're everywhere, but they're also in other meats too. So I'm sure this one is saying, oh, look, you can find this in pizza. Probably because it's in bread, which is gluten, which is also the same building block.
No, it's an additive. It's an additive. They put it in bread in order to make it last longer. Okay, let's talk about the next one.
We're going to fight over
all of these. Okay, the next one is antifreeze. You know that antifreeze, a key ingredient is propylene glycol, which is also used as a thickener and flavor enhancer in frozen dairy desserts and baking goods. It's also found in paint, plastic antifreeze, and aircraft de-icing fluid.
I'm just envisioning someone bringing their cake to this holiday party, and they're like, guess what flavor it is? Antifreeze.
We're out of propylene glycol,
for the ladies.
So we use antifreeze.
They brought it, and it's just blue, green.
Here's the next one. This should address your point.
Okay.
So this is a food coloring made directly from boiling or drying cochineal beetles and then crushing them to release their color. Now, this item is a red food dye, also known as carmine. It's either called Red 4, E120, or carmine, right? So it's in your food, and if you were going to use a red food coloring, it's possible that if it's all natural, it is from the crushed up beetles.
If you're going that hardcore all natural, if you're that committed to dyeing something red and being all natural, you deserve that. You can't have the best of both worlds. You can't be artificially coloring things and being all natural. You can't be a vegan artificial flavor coloring.
I think we're going to start to see a lot more bugs on the menu in the coming years.
Have you ever eaten a bug?
I haven't, but if someone gave me, Richard says he has, if someone put
those
cricket taco in front of me, I
lollipops?
don't want to eat that. If you give me a taco and you're like, Rich, this is delicious, we've seasoned it, it's got great toppings on it, I would definitely eat it. This is just talking
about a sad childhood, because you weren't cool unless you came to school with a lollipop that looked like some sort of science experiment and then ate it in front of your friends because you're like, guess what, I did actually eat that. I didn't just buy it and stare at it like I wanted to.
So you ate it?
Yeah, definitely. That's what you're supposed to do.
What did it taste like?
Crunchy. The main part was lollipop, and then you get to them and you're like, okay, this is weird. This is a little weird, but I have to commit because I bought this lollipop and my friends are watching me. So give it a try. You can get them anywhere now.
That's a fascinating story. Okay, one more thing, and then we're going to go to the next story. Wood is in a ton of your food, believe it or not. It's actually really bad in some animal, cat foods and pet foods. If you don't get the more natural stuff, so basically they put in cellulose, which we also sometimes are called, it's called dietary fiber, but sometimes they just use straight up wood pulp. It helps manufacturers to pad out foods like bread to reduce fat content, and basically it offers no nutrients. It just passes through the system and out the other side.
Is that Metamucil. Is that like the same thing? That's like dietary fiber. That's straight dietary fiber.
But Metamucil.
Look into your Metamucil, see what it is. Make sure you're not just eating some wood chips.
All right, let's talk about the next story. Let us know what you think in the comments below.